Hey everybody, it's Megan here from AM Soaps. I am back to make a soap. It's going to be done in two parts really. Today, right now, I'm going to do the embeds. So this is the soap, it's Nag Champa. And I'm going to read the description to you. Nag Champa is described as a warm blend of patchouli and sandalwood with citrus and lavender. It has a vanilla content of 6.4%. Okay, so this fragrance is amazing. It is so beautiful. I open it and smell it all the time. I don't know if that's good for me. It smells really good, and to me, it's a real hippie soap. That's a compliment. I like hippies. I kind of am one myself. So what I'm designing here is a rainbow type, bright, colorful hippie soap. Now this fragrance has some vanilla in it, some vanillin. So I am going to use the vanilla stabilizer, but I'm not going to risk using it in this fragrance in my embeds. See, I'm learning from my maple soap. If you've watched that one, I made a mistake. I should not have used the fragrance in my embeds because it discolored. That was a bad mistake. But you see, that's good that I show you my mistakes, because you can learn from my mistakes. Don't do as I do. Do as smart people do. Don't do as I do. Everyone makes mistakes. Anyhow, what I have here, and I've already added the fragrance to the oils. Let's check the temperature. 110 Fahrenheit. I'm going to check my temperature. I'm kind of hot. 89 Fahrenheit. Oh, 91 Fahrenheit. I'm hot in here. 83 Fahrenheit is the room. It's because of this lamp that I'm standing next to. See, here it is. It's hot in here. Anyhow, what I've added in here, I've already added essential oils, because this is like a patchouli hippie soap. It's awesome. It reminds me of those cool stores you go in, just full of all kinds of awesome stuff from India and Pakistan, and it's just like amazing fabrics. I love those stores. I always buy something in them. It reminds me of those stores because you go in and they're always burning incense. It's just so pretty in there. The smell is wonderful and the colors. So that's why I put up this backdrop today, because it reminds me of like that kind of fabric, you know? So let's get started. Got my stick blender. Here's my lye water. I'm going to strain it. I see a little bit of what's called lye lint. Let's check its temperature. 107. So we're not too bad here. 109, 107. They're about the same temperature. And I'm going to make many different colors. This is like a rainbow embed I'm making. So I'm making it in this square. This is a tea box. I got this from work. The tea had been used. I'm not that much of a jerk coworker. Both of these were empty. They were left empty in like the coffee station area. The tea had been drank already, and some didn't throw out the boxes. So I was like, hey, great. These are awesome. Good for me. And this was a mix of teas. And this was same thing. A whole mix of teas. Same box. Weird. Anyway, so I'm making square embeds. I want to do that picture window, picture frame kind of look, where you have in the pot swirl, inside a square that is one color. I have not decided yet what the one color will be. I'm thinking right now it's going to be green. And inside the soap, I have white, blue, yellow, and red. And I'm going to do in the pot swirl and then pour in here. This is going to be square embeds. Plus, I'm going to make some, what are they called? Soap swirls, where you take a peeler. Like I have to do this tomorrow. You can't leave it too long because the soap has to be soft. And you take a potato peeler. Maybe I'll remember to film it. I'll try. And you just fill them, sorry, with a potato peeler. You make a small slice across the top, and it will either curl on its own or you manipulate it to make soap curls. So I'm going to try that. I've never made soap curls before, but I've read a lot about it. So we'll see how we do. Is with everything, you have to just give it a try. You can't sit there and say you don't know how to do something. You may as well try and learn, right? So So there we have yellow, red, white, a pink, and blue. Now blue is the base color. So I'm going to pour each of these in at different times on the clock. So you picture 12, 6, 3, and 9. I'm going to vary that. And then I'm not even going to stir. I'm just going to pour it into my tea boxes, which are lined with freezer paper. And the pouring will be doing the stirring. And then I'm going to have embeds to put in my hippie Nag Champa soap. So, hope it works. Red first. Red at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, just varying this, right? Yellow at 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock, white right in the center, 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and what is that, 8 o'clock? Pink, again, kind of in the center down at 6 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. Just throw more in there. These are all leftovers. Now here is the tea molds. I'm going to fill this one up to what I think is a square just by eyeballing it. So it's in the pot swirling as I pour. Now that is a square. It's as high as it is wide. Pound that down. Oh, it looks cool. It looks like, oh, it looks very cool. All right, now this one, same thing. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get. I want to make sure one of them was perfectly square. That was my thing. So this one's definitely square. This one is almost square. Pound them both down, and then what I'm going to do is I put tape on them to keep, see the sides bow out? Bow. Tape like this keeps the sides from doing that. So these are going to be so cool tomorrow. I'm not sure if you're getting total coolness of their look. Maybe I'll film it on the other camera so you can see. I'm going to work on the embeds now. I've got this one out of the mold. I just want to show you, look at that side. Isn't that cool? It makes me think of maybe doing some really neat, not with this soap, but with another one. You could do some really neat little guest soaps that you just can't get these swirls from cutting straight down through a loaf. So I've made one swirl. It reminds me of candy when they roll up toffee. So you need to do this. I haven't done this before. I've only been reading. And we need to do this when this soap is soft. Can't wait, till tomorrow. I must do this now. I'm going to make, I think, 20 of these swirls. Curls, as people call them, soap curls. See, it's already brittle. I ruined that one. I don't know about that. Let's see. That's okay. My potato peeler. It happens to be the exact same width as this soap here. So you have to apply some force to get a good piece. And then I turn her over. And look at this. And I just manipulate it into the soap curl. It's maybe too thick. I think speed is what is needed. Here we go. Just do fast. Don't double guess yourself. Don't get too caught up in what it looks like. It's just going to be put in the top of the soap. So here you go. Now I've seen some that are very long. I don't know how they did that. They must have a larger peeler. And I've been kind of going on an angle. That's getting too thick. I'll stop there. That's where I started cutting them in half. They get too thick. Kind of ugly, really. Sort of ugly. If I cut it. Yeah, it's not bad. So, there you go. That's how to make soap curls. Oh, that was nice. There, that's good. See, that's what I think. I need to make them shorter and just less rolling. Because of all of them, these two are my best ones. So, I won't show you too much because this is actually a bit boring, isn't it? And that will make this video extremely long. Everybody, I'm back now to finally make the soap. We have the embeds made, and now I'm going to make this 2-pound batch here using the Nag Champa fragrance oil. Because it had a little bit of vanilla in it, I am going to use some of the vanilla stabilizer. So I'm going to mix these and set them aside while I stick blend the batter. And I'm going to make this green a light green to contrast the embeds. And I am not going to pipe this one. I'm going to play with it, if I have enough batter, which I think I will, to thicken the top. And then I'm going to use those soap curls that I made. Now I've made, this is my 4-pound mold. So if you're trying to figure out the math of how two 2-pound batches give me enough batter for a topping, I made it smaller here by using that tea box. So I'm only making 10 bars, and that's because I don't have that much fragrance oil. So that's my solution. All right, well, let's get to work stick blending this up. I've got exactly what I want here. This color is exactly what I wanted. It is an earthy light green. It's very pretty. Kind of a neutral because my embeds are all rainbow color, so it's a bit of a gray, green, earthy color. The batter is flowing nicely. So I'm going to add the fragrance. It's mixed with the vanilla stabilizer. Been here mixing and doing its reaction for a few minutes. Okay. I can smell it. It smells good. Now, I'm going to pour it in. Well, the challenge for what I'm trying to do today is to get those embeds, the square ones, in straight. And in order to do that, I need this layer to pour nice and fluid, and then I need to just not touch it until it's pretty set. And then I can put my square embeds in and then pour around them. I don't want them to sink. If this bottom layer isn't set enough, they'll just sink. So pour this layer, just about ½ an inch. There we go. I'm going to go pound it down. I have pounded this down so I got the air bubbles out. Now I'm going to wait for it to set up. So maybe I'll give it 10 minutes and then I'll be back with you. The batter is pretty thick. So I have my challenge. I can't leave it too long. Then I won't be able to pour this around the sides. And I just need to hope that what is poured in here is set enough that this won't sink. So I'm going to put the two, oh, it's definitely good. It's not going to sink. Put these two embeds in, and I'm going to kind of squish them down a bit. Like that. They fit perfect. And that's not a coincidence. I was playing around with it this morning to make sure I got this tea box in the right place. So I'm squishing them a little bit, pushing them down, just so they don't separate when I cut this, right? You know, maybe if I put all this work into this soap and then I go to cut it and it falls apart, that would be a shame. So I can give it good pressure and it doesn't sink. We're doing good. Now, I'm going to pour this around the sides, pour it between these two here. Make space. I hope this works. I'm kind of starting to be worried here, but let's just be hopeful. Let's be hopeful and positive. Alright, I'm just going to pour. With some confidence, let's just pour this thing. The ends don't matter too much because I always cut them off anyway. It's the middle of this. Alright. Oh, this Nag Champa smells really good. I'm really liking this soap. I worry about the vanilla stabilizer changing the smell, the fragrance, the scent, I should say. That's a better word for it. I worry about vanilla stabilizers changing scent, but this is not yet anyway. Hi YouTube friends, I'm going to cut my soap now. Finally we get to the end. Now I've cut a few pieces because I was impatient, and I cut them in the evening, but I didn't have time to do the whole loaf. So here's one piece. It smells really good. I love the smell of this soap. This is the Nag Champa fragrance oil. A touch of essential oils in the middle, but I'm mostly smelling the fragrance oil in this outer part, and I love it. Love, love, love it. And the packaging for this, I'm going to do I'm going to pick what I think is the prettiest side. For example, I think this side is prettier than this side. So on this side, I'm going to put the name of the soap and the ingredients here. So I cover up one side, but the customer just sees this face, because this, I think, might be the prettiest soap I've ever made. I'm very happy with it. It's definitely the artsiest soap. Cool designs, cool colors. Now here is, I'm going to set these over here. Here's the loaf with my soap curls. Now I cut the soap curls shorter because I didn't want them, for one, there wasn't much space up here to put them, and I didn't want them to interfere too much with what's going on down here. What did not work in this soap is that this square is not straight up and down. It might be as we cut. We'll see further if maybe this half is done correctly. But I think it still looks good. That's Pepper. I don't know if you heard him. It's not straight up and down, but it's still pretty cool looking. So let's finish cutting. I'm happy with this piece, so I'm going to use it as reference for all the others. And just cut with confidence and finish this loaf. I enjoy being outside. In Canada, we get far too much winter, so if it's summer, I want to be outside. This is quite nice. I have shade on my deck, so I'm not going to burn to a crisp. I was out doing some volunteer work last weekend, and I did get a sunburn. So you have to be careful. There we go. Oh, I like that. Look at that swirl with the pink. Right there. Now this is just an in the pot swirl, so I'm quite surprised at the unique things I'm getting. One thing I did not do is do any stirring. I poured it in the pot and then I let it stir itself when I poured from the pot to the mold. So that might be one reason I got these cool designs. Straight down, Megan, straight down. Perfect. This piece needs a little bit of fixing. I'll do that later. There we go. I think people are going to like these soaps. Nice thing about handcrafted soap compared to store-bought soap is each one is different, and there's some design and art that goes into them rather than just your regular old bar of soap that looks like everyone else's bar of soap. Why not do something that makes yourself feel unique and special, like by yourself? A bar of handcrafted soap. Oh, so pretty. This is the most unique loaf of soap I've ever made. These will be for sale at the Sizzling Summer Expo Show in Bonnyville, July 15th and 16th. So if you're in the area in Alberta, the Lakeland region, come to the show and get yourself one of these. There's only 10 of them in the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.